Hi there, stranger. Why don't you come on over and rest over here for a while? I'll be glad to keep you company. There's an unoccupied armchair right here next to mine, by the fire. Most comfortable seat I've ever had. You'll never want to get up again, I promise. You're a sky captain, aren't you? I used to be one too, when I first came here. Most of my old crew are still around somewhere, I think. Or maybe they took the engine and left. To be honest, I don't really care anymore. Have you been here long? I think I've been here for quite some time now, but it is somewhat unclear to me. I have been slumbering, you see, so the passage of time is fussy. I could tell you a bit about this place, if you like. I remember when we first came here. It was our first venture into Eleutheria. We came here from Albion by way of the Reach. We had heard that the possibilities for profits were quite good here, even though it was wilder than the other realms of the high wilderness. A dark sky full of old ruins and secrets, lost civilizations and ancient rituals. We heard tales of a destroyed library and the scribe spinsters who protects its remnants. We thought we came well prepared, but we were sorely mistaken. After struggles more numerous than I care to remember, we found ourselves lost. We were running low on fuel, supplies, and everything else. We had heavy hull damage from attacking sky beasts. Strange creatures we had never encountered anywhere else, weaving in and out of the mist, appearing and disappearing at will. We could not predict their movements. But suddenly, their attacks ceased, and we could see a warm light in the distance, and we heard faint music on the wind. And when we came closer, there was laughter and distant voices. It sounded so inviting, warm and comforting. We had almost forgotten what those words meant. We continued forward carefully, and out of the fog and brambles, a great mansion appeared. Langley Hall, as we soon would learn. Mellow candlelight were shining out through frosted windows, like spilled treacle. It felt like home before we had even set foot inside. And that's what Langley Hall is meant to feel like. A home away from home, for all wayward travellers who needs it. A London for the exiled, the lost, and the lovelorn. All are welcome here. Lord Langley founded the hall and wanted to fill it with guests and merriment. He invited those who, for one reason or another, aren't suited for what London has become. Like me, I never felt at home in Albion, in the new ascended London that was built there, with bits and pieces of the old one. It's far too industrial. I couldn't sleep at night for all the clanking and hissing of steam. New London, Albion's London, offered me nothing but dust and poverty. But this place, on the other hand, this feels like finding a lingering piece of lost glory. Something of the old London has been preserved here. Some believe that Langley Hall was built with the remains of the scribe spinster's grand library, and on the Haft's orders, no less. That can only be speculation, of course. What we do know is that the mansion is bounded on the outside, but nigh unbounded on the inside. This phenomenon is sometimes called the treachery of distance. Distance is suspended inside. No one has ever managed to chart the hall because it simply cannot be done. You might as well try to chart Piranesi. Nevertheless, Langley Hall has some recurring landmarks that you will now and then stumble across if you venture out exploring. The hallowed hallway is the oldest part of Langley's project. You can think of it as the nave of the building. From there, staircases wind their way to other rooms or halls, wings and landings. Guests sit on the stairs, sing on the banisters, or promenades down the hallways. From the hallowed hallway, Langley Hall extends as long as it likes, without interference from the laws of measurement, architecture, or probability. The first room I ever discovered on my own was right off the entrance, although others have found it elsewhere, even on other floors. It was a cloakroom the size of a village green. Fires crackled in 7 hearths, and someone had set up a bar. That happens in a lot of the rooms, by the way. Even the bathrooms often have bars, and sometimes performers, and, as a consequence, a bare minimum of privacy. I have explored the hall extensively, but damned if I can make sense of it all. Getting lost is inevitable, but it's also part of the adventure. You just have to let yourself get lost in this place and enjoy it. I have wandered from the front door to the back kitchen by way of 1,000 bedrooms, bathrooms, billiard rooms and ballrooms. Langley Hall is a labyrinth of well-intentioned jollity where the wine flows like water and the hour is always hazily too late. And then there's Lord Langley himself. I've never had the honor of meeting him. Our gracious host has been missing for some time. Well, missing in quotation marks. He is here, in this very building, somewhere, but he has not been seen for a long time. Is he lost? Is he hurt? Is he hiding? Does he want to be found? No one can tell. He provides us with an intriguing mystery, our lost host. Most newcomers spend some time and resources trying to find him. Eventually, they all give up. I was one of them, you know. When I first went exploring, it wasn't a specific room I was looking for. I was looking for our elusive Lord Langley. A fruitless search, as it turned out. I found a sort of solarium. It was the strangest room I have ever come across. It was bathed in such radiance that all other light seemed anodyne. Although it was in Langley Hall, the place it looked out upon could not have been anywhere in eleutheria. It seems like the hall draws parts of itself from further afield than others. I still vividly remember the warm golden light that shone through the entire dome high above, lighting the faces of the astronomers, aristocrats, and others who had settled there. The conversation was polite, dignified. Plates of sandwiches and glasses of sparkling wine were always circulated among those present. I missed that room sometimes, but once I had left, I was never able to find it again. And I did leave, you know. Not just the solarium, but Langley Hall. Those who come here rarely leave, and those who do are haunted by dreams of the hall. I dreamt of it often, almost every night, and I longed to return. It was like an obsession, growing ever stronger as time passed. The hall would not let go of me. It weighs like an anchor on the dreamer, pulling them back to this place again and again. I returned, faster the second time, and so I returned again and settled down for good. On the outside, Langley Hall is called a folly and a fool's paradise. I do not understand what is so foolish about it. The skies are vast, dark, and dangerous. Staying here means being safe, well fed, entertained, and surrounded by merriment. You might wonder if the foolish decision would be to leave, not to stay. When I stumbled upon this little lounge, I had wandered the hallways for some time, and I was exhausted. Just like you, Captain, when you stumbled in. And what did I find within? The door yawned open to reveal a room filled with candle-lit sleep. The lamps are always turned low here to give the room this warm, amber glow. The wood paneling is quite dark, and it's a little hard to see when it's so dim, but the wainscoting is decorated with little sleeping cats. I would say that it was this room who found me when I needed it the most. It's always quiet here. The sounds from the neighboring rooms are muffled. There's always a big fire in the hearth. Some slumber on the enormous sofas, or, like you and me, whisper to each other from one armchair to another. I have never slept as well as in this room. I have no idea how long I have lingered here. I have attempted to leave this room, I think, but then I hear the chiming of another hour, and I'm right back in this armchair. So it must have been a dream, right? I never got up from the chair in the first place. Then again, why would I? It's so comfortable here, and there always seems to be more mulled wine in my glass. So why leave? Leaving is a silly idea, don't you think, Captain? Let us both just stay right here and slumber.